We are Steve and Michelle Alt, and together we comprise Those Adventurous Alts. We've been in the state of Utah now for a little over a month, and during that time we've made it a point to visit all 5 of the national parks in southern Utah. The first one that we visited was Canyonlands, and we'd like to share a little bit about what we thought about Canyonlands.
Ridding our life of all we've gathered, trying to pretend it doesn't matter, but it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And we're out on the road once again, stretching forth our hands, reaching for a friend, wondering if this trail will ever end, as we're looking for America again. Yes, we're looking for America again.
We started out with Canyonlands, the Needles District. Canyonlands is divided into 3 districts. None of them can be accessed by going to the other. Part of the reason is because the Colorado River goes straight through Canyonlands. There's Canyonlands, the Needles, Canyonlands, Islands in the Sky, and Canyonlands, the Maze. We did not go to the Maze. It is only accessible by 4-wheel drive vehicles. But we started out at Canyonlands, the Needles, and we stayed there at the park, inside the park. It was the first thing we saw right outside of the park was Newspaper Rock, which is pretty cool with all of the pictographs that were on it from the Indians. Very cool rock, very cool rock.
Today we traveled to the Needles Overlook Canyons National Park. I wanted to give you a look at just how beautiful this country is. So tighten your seat belts and here we go.
campground was very nicely laid out. We had a pretty private campsite with slick rock behind us that Olivia and I enjoyed clambering over and exploring. Some of the neat things about the campground was that nightly they had programs, ranger led, and the amphitheater, you had to climb up some slick rock to the flat mesa on top, and there were benches, and one night we talked about the sky, and then the next night we talked about the Colorado River. and its impact on today. Both programs were very interesting. We spent the days hiking, and there were quite
Wait. Cut it.
We spent most of our days hiking, and we really enjoyed a couple of the hikes. One of them you had to climb up 2 different ladders to get to the portion of the trail above it. That was kind of cool. Another one, they had left in place all the equipment that somebody had lived in this overhanging cave, and so we got to see all that and how they used to live. Another trail, there were just all kinds of really neat trails there, and that's what I thought Canyonlands was very pretty. They had these rocks called mushroom rocks, no, hamburger rocks, and they would have the dark rock on the bottom and on the top, and in the middle would be a whitish color.
Okay, cut it.
I just did, Olivia. See, you would not show up. Please come over here.
One of the neat things that we did in the Needles District was we went up to the Needles Overlook. And the Overlook were some very high cliffs that you could actually look down on the whole canyon area. And you could see all the trails that were finding their way across the canyon. And it was very interesting to see where those trails would go and where they would coincide with Islands in the Sky that we went to next, as far as from Needles to Islands in the Sky. There were a couple that in fact did that.
Good. You've seen it. Out that way is the Needles. Not the mountains, but just the landscape below.
Yeah. Do you see anybody walking towards the trail?
I guess this is where the ooh wows start. 6,000 feet is a pretty good height. Have time to think about it on the way down, I guess. Amazing views from up here. It's just totally awesome. You can see literally for miles. Love it.
Water, Steve? We only spent a day at Islands in the Sky and only did a couple of hikes. The hikes that we did at Canyonlands Island in the Sky, we did the Canyon Rim Trail and the Aztec Ruins and Granary. And that one is not well marked, and we did get lost on that one. It goes up some slick rock. I think you have to go further than what we did, but there were no cairns or anything to mark the trail. So we went around the backside rather than go up. So, and it was a very hot day. So that's about all we did.